We were just saying that this is a new resurgence of war against Chasidim because of the death of the Vilna Gaon. And the Chasidim did not recognize his death; they were still on Sukkot having a party, and so there's a new Cherem. This is a new letter, and this was they recollected there were 5 towns that there have been Cherems and that there have been excommunications of Chasidim in. And those, as I pointed out, are towns that have big Lithuanian yeshivot. And now, 25 years later, and they are once again doing their thing. And therefore, we 10 men who are gathered from a gathering of so this is there's some kind of it goes by an acronym Rachash. I'm not sure exactly what the acronym stands for, but this is like the community board in Vilna. So we have given the Shamashim the following instructions. Sofer Depo שישאל את אנשי הסיפס רחש אם מסכימים הם לכל הגדרים מסייגים סיום בחרומוס שיחזיקו מאז בנידון האנשים מקרנל להתנהג גם כעת עם אנשים מקרנל. And we have been asked by the Sofrim, the ones who are being asked to write up the excommunication, do we, the leaders of Vilna, still agree with the previous Cherem, with the previous excommunication? Which has been written, those were written down in our community volumes and in other papers that have been sent to other places. And furthermore, anybody who is connected with those people, the Chasidim, to all of them or to some of them, not only, in other words, this is a gzeira, this is a excommunication not only against the Chasidim, but against anybody who associates with them. Not only are they put into excommunication, move them first, and we say that they have no holiness of being a Jew. This is going to have enormous repercussions. First of all, Cherem in those days meant a lot more than today. Today you try and put somebody in Cherem, let's say, because they won't give a get to their wife. They move to another city. But over there, like nobody would do business with you. Nobody would talk to you. And you can't exactly just pick up and move to Minsk. It's people didn't have the resources or the transportation or the ability. So you're a business person if you're a businessman in Vilna and you're a chassid, you're sacrificing an enormous amount. It's amazing that the Chasidim survived at all. Their strength of perseverance must have been unbelievable. And this decree that you're not going to be part of Kedushas Yisrael, that means that they can't touch your wine either. They can't cook for you. It means socially, economically, they are totally cut off. Now, whether the people observed this is a good question. I think that's an important question to ask. Because if they really did all observe it, it's hard to believe there would be any Chassidim left. The fact that we are not considering these people Jews, they say right out. We are considering them it's unbelievable, in every aspect like a non-Jew. Like the Hainu Pito Patkuti. If they bake bread for you, you cannot eat it. Right? Them touching your wine is going to render the wine forbidden. So what if one of them is a baker, by the way? You're in big trouble. Any business you're in, you're going to be in trouble because nobody will do business with you. If this was really kept. If they're from our congregation, from our kehillah, from our community, they're not considered anymore part of our congregation. It's obvious, it says that we're not going to give them any honors. Sifa, and they certainly can't gather. Shum chevra, kol al pi rodef hane'elam, and all of this is according to the rodef hane'elam, the well-known chaser. This is somebody who I guess was appointed by the Beit Din. It sounds like every month they would choose a new person whose job it was to sort of police this. And that was called the Rodef Hanel, the Rodef, the one who chases. Eitzel Rebbe Lev Milovich. And all of the details of this is being held, I guess, in a paper by Rabbi Leib of Lubitsch. Al kol ha'asifim v'al hakatanal v'gam al shamshei akila v'shamshei bezdin v'abanim supar, and on everybody, all the leaders, all the shamashim, that is the people who served in the community, the gabayim asiratenu shel the kabel shum Allah muskam ligroa af. Basically, you can't violate this. מחויבים השמשים לציית אותו כאילו יצא הציווי מזין טובי העיר בטיפס רחש. So this decree needs to be kept as if it was from the 7 shepherds of the good people of the city, and as if it was from a gathering of the leaders of the city. So I don't know what that means. That means that they didn't all gather. Somebody wrote this. Some of the people wrote some after everybody else. Whereas mini ala shamashim, lists some of the names of the shamashim. We have it, I guess, in that pinkus, in that volume. Rodef Analam Shlo, it's Saito, Makabim Aleim Anshe Asifa, Del Koldoros Habayim Achareim. Everybody who is gathered, who's writing this, I guess they had a little gathering to write this, and all the generations that will come after us, we are establishing this cherem, this excommunication, Shamtas Shaligra Af, that none of this should be violated. V'gam Beidina, Rabba, Vizuta, Chol, Kolanal. Not every Beit Din, this applies. Shaliz Daku Lahatir. Af Kutza Shal Yod Mikolanal. Oh, this is an abbreviation for Kutza Shal Yod, which means a little part of a Yud. That's every detail. So on every Beit Din, we are decreeing that they have to guard this cherem, this excommunication, and every detail of it, even a little part of the Yud. There can't be any Hasidic minyan here in the city, whether they are from our city of Vilna or whether they're guests. And it is the job of the chaser, of the police, sir, to make sure that nobody is doing it in a private house either. And this is in all the other terms too. And there's no excuse that they can make, they'll make it possible. But these are really harsh words. And there are 5 people that are being appointed that are going to guard, that are going to be, putting this into place, and they have power to do that. You have to remember that, a Kehila at this time had power. I mean, communities were reliant on each other. It's not like today, you leave one, can't be in one shul, you go to another shul. I mean, this is a Kehila, this is, community. Mashiala Vaskamatam, as long as you're a Jew, you're dependent on this community. There's no other movements, there's no other. Mashiala Vaskamatam is a Seder L'chazek, except I guess maybe the Chasidim depended on each other. It's interesting if you think about it, right? This is going to cause a greater rift, right? This is going to cause a tremendous rift. Because now who the Chasidim going to interact with, only be able to interact with themselves, only be able to do business with themselves. So in a way, like what causes this is the Chasidim have separated themselves. But if you think about it, this just adds fuel to the fire, gives them no choice but to really become a separate community. I guess what's really shocking and amazing is that in the last 200 years, we've integrated. And that's what's so amazing. Despite, it's you would think that this would have made them a totally separate religion, actually. This is such fighting. Now, I don't know if it was this way in other, this is just one city. This is where the fighting happened. Obviously, there were in many other places. Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you.
So, yeah.